Hi guys, welcome to some more Bruiser training and tips. Today we're going to just be going through the fundamentals of handgun shooting. The first fundamental we want to be going over is your stance. I see a lot of the time people are doing this old Weaver stance where they put a lot of their weight on their back leg. It's not ideal. What we want to do today is we want to make sure that your feet are nice and shoulder width apart with a slight bend in your knees to give you a nice stable position. What this helps with, if you're wearing a bulletproof vest, it's facing towards your opponent as opposed to the old Weaver stance where you're opening your side up towards the target. So while you're keeping your stance nice and comfy, from there we want to work on what's called your grip. All right, so you want to make sure that your gun hand is nice and up, underneath the tang of the firearm with no gap, placing your thumb on the side of the safety catch. With your opposite hand or your support hand, you want to fill up the remainder of the space, making sure that you're lining your thumbs up correctly. Once you've got a good grip from here, you want to be able to present the firearm out. So from grip, you're going to talk about sight picture. So what sight picture means is, can you see your sights? And then from there you want to align your sights correctly, making sure that your front sight and your rear sight are correctly aligned. Right, then from there, as you've lined up your sights correctly, we're going to talk about your trigger squeeze. You don't pull the trigger, you squeeze the trigger. So you want to make sure that once you're presented, you squeeze the trigger nice and slow to get an even pull out. What you don't want to do is you don't want to pull your trigger. That's going to create movement on your shot. Right, so from there, once you get your trigger squeeze, what's very important is your follow through. So what you do not want to do is you don't want to shoot and move your head. You want to keep yourself nice and dead still. So from there, you pull, squeeze the trigger, bang, keep your head nice and still, bring it back towards your chest. What you do not want to do is you do never want to drop your firearm either. You want to keep it nice and close to your chest so you can still see what's going on, being able to manipulate it as needed. Right, so we're going to do 5 rounds just to get us nice and comfortable. So first thing we're going to do is, all right, check that our stance is correct, get our grip nice and comfy. From here, we're going to get our sight picture, sight alignment, breathing, and trigger squeeze. Right, so that's just one shot, nice and comfy. But if you get your fundamentals correct, you should be able to do it relatively easily. And from there, pulling your slide back, inspecting your chamber, down your magazine well, dropping the slide, dry firing, and holstering your weapon.